What's going on, fellas? Appreciate y'all tuning in as always. What's been all week since I posted a video? Just been super busy, been working. Everything's just been hectic. I would have figured, as the fall season, winter season approaches us, would have kind of slowed down, but it's just been the total opposite. Just been working like crazy, so haven't done any videos, and I apologize for that. But anyway, so what I'm doing this morning, Saturday, I am catching up, I am cleaning up, and just kind of, I've got a mess here. I've got messes down there. I'm just leaving stuff everywhere. So, yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do this morning, and then I'm get back to the socket series. So, y'all can just sit here and follow along with me if y'all want. As y'all seen, I've got a jacket on this morning, so that's been kind of a refreshing feeling. So morning temps, or evening or night, early morning, have gotten down into the upper 30s, lower 40s here in DFW. So that's been great. And I've been so busy to the point where I ran out of hand wipes, had to go into my truck, pull my backup pack out of my truck. So I need to go run down to the auto parts store today and pick up a fresh pack. So just a few things on the agenda. But that's not the main things for the week. I'll tell you what, these Milwaukee lights, I know I've made videos on them before, but even though they're not the in terms of the output on them, they're not the daylight, but these things still put off a great amount of light, and I'd have to say I'm still pretty happy about them in terms of the quality. Quality is really good. They're really robust, and just the amount of lumens that it pushes out, and it's really good. So if you catch them on sale, they normally go on sale for like 2 for 99 bucks. Comes with the charging cords and stuff. To me, that's a really good deal. Don't buy them any more than that. And that's probably going to be the best time to buy them, is when they're on sale. And usually the only time I actually catch them on sale is when they'll do the feeds through like social media, whether it's Instagram. You know how you're kind of scrolling down the feed and they'll have advertisements. Well, they'll have a Home Depot advertisement, and those Milwaukee ones will pop up. And sure enough, it'll be like two for 99 bucks. But if you buy them singly, they'll be like 79 bucks or whatever. So don't do that. Don't do that. So it's interesting. I had my niece and nephew over here working on their car as well the other weekend, and they was going through finishing up, and they went down and were torquing stuff down. I think it was the wheels or whatever. She's torquing wheels down, and she even mentioned to me that she reset the torque wrench. I guess because at her work they had the click type. She did this on the split beam, and obviously on the split beam you don't have to. You can just throw it back in the case and do it. But she even, she just kind of said, "Hey, I reset the torque wrench for you too." It was a good feeling that they know about that stuff, and I just wanted to mention that because that was really cool. And I was really surprised to hear that, and yeah, it was really awesome. That's just one of those things as you're passing knowledge down. Well, obviously in this case, she already knew that. I didn't even have to tell her that, there's hope. There's still hope in the world. And when I kind of say that, I guess just with my experience as far as the younger generation, I don't really necessarily see that passion of, now obviously there's different scenarios out there, and there's still younger kids, or I say kids, younger adults that, pursue the automotive industry or working on cars in general. I should say that to be fair, but I guess I don't get to see that in my perspective on a daily basis, only on the internet. So getting to experience it firsthand is a refreshing feeling for me, just because, like I said, I don't see it often enough. So it's like, hey, getting to see one of your kids that from when they were small, they were growing up, and then them starting to work on their car to have some sort of knowledge on it. It's a good feeling, and you kind of wonder. Obviously, as me growing up, I was always constantly around cars with my dad and uncle, working on cars and stuff. Whether it's holding the flashlight, and that was my way of learning. There was no YouTube tutorials back then, or unless you grew up to an age where you went to shop class or something, or went to automotive school. But that was my way of learning as a kid. Was watching them work on stuff and them diagnosing stuff and their thought process behind it. There wasn't no computers or laptops or tablets or phones where you can sit there and kind of Google it up. It was just like a majority of the time it was just them communicating with each other or calling each other saying, "Hey, here's my problem that I'm running into. I've tried this, XYZ or whatever. You have any ideas of what's kind of going on?" And they'll kind of bounce ideas off of each other, or they'll say, "Hey, I'll come over this weekend or this day or whatever, and we'll look at it together." And yeah, it was just kind of. I remember my dad was working with one of his buddies, and they were working on a car, trying to figure out. I think it was two problems my dad was trying to address. One was a timing issue, and then the other one was a center dome light. It was on I think a 1970s vehicle or whatever. Yeah, and I kind of vaguely remember it, but I mean, I was probably, I mean, honestly, maybe 8 or 9 years old at the time, and you know, he just couldn't, he was trying to trace it back or whatever. And sure enough, they spent the next 3, 4 hours working on this vehicle together, and that was just how they did things back then, as opposed to now, where you can probably type in, center dome light issue or timing. Well, you don't have to worry about really timing a lot nowadays. Like back then, everything's kind of computerized nowadays. But anyways, so that kind of experience you don't really share anymore. So I've gotten to this point in my life right now. What I've been trying to do was, if I run into an issue, instead of jumping onto a laptop, depend on the situation. If it's a vehicle I need to turn around quickly, obviously if I have the customer waiting, then I'm going to go research online, because I have my laptop right here. But what I try to do is pick up the phone, give my dad a call or give my uncle a call, FaceTime them or whatever, and say, hey, this is what I'm running into. These are kind of the symptoms. I'm thinking it's this, but I'm not really sure, because this component still seems good or whatever, or I've checked this or that, and just kind of bounce ideas off of them to see what they suggest and get the interaction with them, right? I guess what I'm kind of saying is, it's kind of a, getting that constructive critical thinking going, as opposed to just relying on something that's readily available right there. I mean, I can obviously Google something and get 50 possible situations or solutions or whatever, but am I really doing the critical thinking behind it, and losing touch of the aspect of actually trying to diagnose something, right? And what I'm leading to is that if I lose that aspect of it, can I really properly teach the youth in the future, right? So that's just kind of been the way I've been thinking about things lately, especially when working on these vehicles, because when you're working on cars, that was one of the things for me that I enjoy working on cars about, is that I have to sit there and diagnose something, regardless if the pain of it, because you're losing daylight, obviously, but your mind gets zoned on something, and you're just focused on it, and everything else in the world kind of goes away. When people ask me, like, why do you work on cars for? You can make more money doing something else, or whatever the case is. It's not that. I mean, obviously, like a brake job, I can do that, with my eyes closed or whatever, but at the same time, you may run into something on the brake job that be a problem, or whatever the case is, or it may not be functioning the way it's supposed to be, or whatever the case is. But again, it's just one of those things, when you do certain things or whatever, it kind of gets your gears turning, no pun intended, obviously, with be working on cars, but getting your gears turned. So it's just, yeah. Sorry. Let's see what I get here. The wife, she's restocking my Gatorade in my mini fridge over there. They're on sale right now. Well, speaking of which, yeah, go run a Kroger. They're on sale. Buy one, get one free. So yeah, that was really cool that my niece reset my torque wrench. I did explain to her afterwards that on split things you don't have to. And then obviously with the digital ones, I always pull the batteries out anyway, so batteries are out. Now obviously this week I do have a few more vehicles lined up on top of the projects that I'm doing for my other jobs. So intentionally in my mind, I wasn't going to clean them. I was just going to kind of leave the tools there, scattered on the ground. I was like, I'll probably end up using them anyways. But obviously with each job it requires different things, so there's that aspect of it. And then two, I've just been so tired this week that I just kind of left them there. But I also need to re-inventory everything to make sure I haven't lost anything. That is usually the winner of the battle in my mind. So that's kind of why I like blow molded trays as well too. But even then, I can still look in there and see there's a gap missing, and say, hey, okay, it's time to clean up and kind of get everything reorganized. Efficiency. Alright, so one thing I want to show y'all, I'm not advertising this tool. Okay, I've been using this thing for probably about 2 weeks straight. That battery is still full. Now obviously this is newer than my Milwaukee's, so the life on these things are going to have a better running life in terms of some of the batteries. But some of my batteries are new over here. But again, still they're still older than this one. But that battery lasts forever in comparison to my Milwaukee ones, and I'll say that truthfully. So I've been really impressed. Now obviously I'm not using as often as my mid torque. I will say that, just because the mid torque is a lot lighter and it's a smaller profile as opposed to this, so I can get back there and get some of those suspension components. But if that mid torque doesn't have enough beans for something, I usually grab this thing and go at it. I've been using this to press out stuff too, so it's been great. And that battery just lasts forever, which is good because I only have one battery. I haven't bought any more, and I won't buy any more because, I mean, this wasn't something I wanted to really invest in. All my platform is basically Milwaukee, so. But it's good. So if you're looking for an option, Clutch is a viable option. They're not going to have as much tools as Milwaukee is, but you know, if you just want an impact just to kind of do your tires or do a light job on the weekend or whatever, that is a good option. The Yuki Pros, it's split here. So what's happening is on wheel locks, it's catching on here and just rubbing. Now, in most situations on these kind of sockets, these wheel lug nut sockets that I've found, is that it will just kind of wear out over time and just just kind of grind itself down. But these, it hasn't, and it's just heating up and then catching and cracking. So, obviously, I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I may just kind of shave this down, re-glue it back together, and just see how it does. But overall, I've been really happy with these in general. They've pulled lug nuts off fine, and I think because of the fact that they're double-sided and this middle section has some weight to it right here, it's giving enough torque to spin those lug nuts off easily. But yeah, you can tell as you're going through from the middle up top, it's kind of bowing out obviously. So I don't know yet. In fact, let me go online and see how much the warranty is for this, see if I can get another one, or see if it's even worth doing that. But So this pry bar is meant to kind of do brakes and stuff on heavy duty vehicles. But I bought this just because it was already kind of split. Kind of like a trim tool sort of. But anyways, it is also good for pulling off axles. It just kind of gets in there better than the standard pry bar sometimes. And then, I know there's axle tools out there for removing them, but I didn't buy it. I had this thing and I just pulled it out, and I just kind of, once you kind of pull it out enough, yeah. So I thought I'd share that. I bought that one on eBay used for, it wasn't too bad, so. Again, generally with Snap-on tools, Mac tools, when you try to buy them used on eBay, a ton of mechanics normally go on there. Depending on the area they're in. I know with eBay, I try to stay off of eBay too because I don't really like how they do business. They do have a lot of foreign sellers on there that aren't from here in the States that are creating fake profiles and selling stuff that pretty much are not legitimate sales, and they're scamming a lot of people. And that's why I say I don't like eBay a lot. So you have to be really careful. But generally, you can tell the guys that have been on there for a long time, and they're just kind of get rid of their inventory, whether they're Snap-on dealers or mechanics that have retired from the field, whether they're, regardless of what the situation is. So, what they're doing is selling their stuff for pretty good discount. So that's what I try to do. I'll see a good deal, in my opinion, compared to retail price, or depending on what it is. And usually they're really good condition, almost brand new. Then I'll buy that stuff, so that way I have a newer tool, but a really good quality. And that's just how I accumulate my name brand stuff. So I don't buy new off the truck unless it's like, Mac, they have their flyer sales where they're, over half off or something. Then I'll consider it, it doesn't have to be over half or whatever, but a significant discount. Then I'll buy it brand new. But other than that, if it's a good discount compared to what it would normally be, then I'm definitely going to get it, because I know I'll end up using it long term anyway. So yeah, let's see. What else I was gonna say? So quick tip: if you're working on suspension a lot, you go down to the junkyard, grab you an old scissor jack from a vehicle, use it to kind of move that suspension setup up and down. Forget what vehicle I pulled this out of, but just a little tip there. That comes in handy. working. All extensions are back into place. This thing has held up. This is called the Hub Buddy. So, been running great. I need to check and see if they still sell these discs on there, or if the brand is still there. If it is, I'll get a replacement. But it's still actually pretty good. It hasn't worn down significantly yet. So. Still enjoying this Max set. It's been a fantastic set, and I've been trying my hardest to keep up with the set and not lose any of the bits. That was my main goal. Yeah, with owning something like this, it's really easy to kind of lose track of the bits and stuff. So that was my main goal of buying this and keeping up with it. So crossing fingers still, it's lasted. Let's see. Did get a pack of batteries for that caliper, so that thing's working normally again. So it definitely was the battery. Alright, over to this side. Bring the trash can over here. Here. So, are y'all ready for the holidays? I mean, Thanksgiving's right around the corner. Halloween just flew right by. And then pretty much after that, it's counting down to Christmas. I mean, there's going to be tool deals for Christmas, Black Friday sales. I've been trying to kind of stay away. I haven't seen any tool haul videos from me. And that's kind of been why I've been doing the socket series. I had a mental conversation with myself and was like, well, unless I need it for a job, I'm not going to buy any tools. I'm not going to replace anything. Just because it adds up. New tools are very cool, but it adds up. And I've spent enough money this year alone on toolboxes, new tools, and I really got to stop because it's going to become a problem. But yeah, and then also, you know, one of my kids is in college, so I need to make sure that's priority first. Okay, let's see what we get here. This is the Craftsman that goes over there. That one here. Do I have anything empty? Nope. Everything is in place. I'm missing a few sockets here. So some 10s and 12s. We need to track those down. I don't mentally remember where they are at. What I was using them for. Alright. Let's get this back in here. Alright, metric reed thread kit, 15 piece by Tomars, has been great. Yeah, no issues with them. So I've used the M10. That one's been good. I think the M12 rethreader, the M10 rethreader, and this rethreader bar, this rethreader file has been good. Okay, so I've been using this Mac Tools tote. This is primarily my grab and go electric set. So quick electrical stuff. Now I don't normally keep any tools in here, but what I normally do is so a few standard things. I keep zip ties. Some fuses. These are the just different blade fuse assortments, the mini ones. Now this one has the micro 2s, minis, and standards. These have the micro 3s, and then some more mini standards. Heat shrink, and then some solder wire connectors. Okay, so that's what I normally keep in there. So that way I just grab it, throw whatever tools I mentally think I'll need into here, and just take it out to the vehicle, or take it to the vehicle here and work on it. Helps keep track of stuff, because it has plenty of storage. So it's got a big dump pocket right here. Okay, it's got a bunch of side pockets here. It's got stuff to hang your stuff as well. More pockets here, big zip pocket here, and then inside here, we got a light so that way y'all can see. So you can see the mouth of it. I mean, it's got tons of space in there. It's got spots to put tools here as well too. Okay. But it's really good for those applications of you're just throwing stuff at, I got a trim tool in here too. I'll keep that in there. But yeah, so this main big pocket here, I'll throw power tools into there. You can clip stuff on here as well. So clip your tape measure. It's got a nice strap to it. Nice handle. And this one's made by Mac. Buy it online. Now I know they sell variations of different ones. You can go get Husky one or whatever, it doesn't matter. I think I only paid 40 bucks for this one. Really good quality. But again, anyway, so I use that as my grab and go for electrical. That's where my my electrical tool, power tool drawer comes into play. I'll grab those tools from there, throw it into there, and just work on the interior. And that's only for the interior generally. Some light engine bay for like changing fuses out and stuff like that. So yeah, that is mainly what that is for. Because generally if I'm doing any kind of electrical work, it's going to be kind of separate from whatever else I'm doing. So it's good for that. Alright, missing sockets are cleared now from this drawer. Got my ratchets back in there. Got one extension. One pick. Put these up. Okay, put this stuff back in here. This will always stay in here. And that way it's easier to keep track of. And now I can keep that electrical stuff in my toolbox over there in the drawer, but it's just a lot more convenient this way. Do that. Okay. Let's see what I got here. Install this today. So yeah, we're ready for the holidays. I asked that earlier because we went and picked up a new tree yesterday. Yes, it is a fake tree. Me and the middle child have really bad allergies, even though we like being outdoors and we like camping and stuff like that. So when I go camping or hunting, I pretty much dope up on allergy meds. I go to my local doctor. I get an allergy shot. That way, for the next week, I'm pretty much clear and I'm pretty content. But other than that, if I wasn't, allergies would be shot. I would be pretty much in no bueno condition. Okay, so I do plan on trying to get some immunotherapy, build up my tolerances, because I didn't have these allergies as a kid growing up. So they've developed over time. I imagine it's from honestly my nicotine usage since I was 15. So my doctor has told me obviously that that does alter your chemical balance in your body. So been on, and when I say nicotine usage, tobacco usage or whatever, smoking kind. So I've been on patch for the past few months as I've started my weight loss journey as well too, trying to get back into shape. That has been improving. My allergies have been improving as well too in general, but I am probably going to go see an allergist around here in the area and see if I can get on some kind of immunotherapy, build it back up, and hopefully one day. And that's also another reason why I don't have any doggy friends anymore either. I mean, we used to have 3 dogs, and we were fine. But obviously, as one of my other kids came along into the picture, she had really bad dog allergies. We've tried different shampoos and stuff and trying to get rid of that dander, but obviously that's just a natural thing. So, I mean, her face was breaking out. She'd get infections, and eventually we had to. One of our close friends, she took all 3 in, and so they had a safe home and lots of land to go onto and run free for the rest of their days. This is years ago, 10 years ago, whatever. But anyways, so yeah, that's just one of the things that I want to change about my life as well, is getting back to a healthier standpoint in life, especially now that I'm older. So yeah, devices, they can, you enjoy them, they can end up hurting you in the long run. You end up not enjoying other things. So the plan is to eventually both myself and my daughter get to get that immunotherapy. I don't know if any of y'all had that experience and how it's worked out for y'all. So if y'all had, post a comment below and hopefully here's some pullback. But yeah, so we're trying to do that. I don't know what led to that part of the conversation. I'm just kind of spacing out here. Those are the airsoft. We'll be doing some of that later today. I think that's pretty much for this area here. Let's go over there. Alright, so y'all don't normally get to see this side of the garage very much. I know it's been on the channel This is more of the hardware or fasteners and home tool stuff. So that's why it doesn't really show up on the channel, but I definitely want to keep it on there. And then obviously I got my kids' toolboxes over here. Which only get generally used when they're in time. Now I do keep extra parts over here too as well. So there's that part of it. But yeah. This side of the garage definitely gets neglected. So I will say that. It needs more love. But again, grab my tool trash can. I was gonna say trash box. Man, I know I talked about this thing months ago. I still need to install these lights onto my truck. Especially, so at nighttime, the back roads, anywhere there's water or anything, I mean, they tend to fog up. Especially now that the temps are getting cooler. So I definitely need to get that installed soon. That the yellow lights just cut, or amber lights just cut through them a lot better than your standard lights. So. Batteries. Alright, so I know I got a Milwaukee trimmer. I've been trying to run this Husqvarna titanium force line on it. It's been okay, but there's a lot of, it flexes a lot. It's kind of a, how would I say it? It's not like the Milwaukee line that came with the trimmer. So I'm still kind of get used to this. I mean, it's strong. But it just, you know, I'm gonna have to redo it again. See if maybe I just did it wrong when I refilled it. Alright. So I'm not gonna go through too much over here extensively. My plan is when I'm on vacation, off on winter break, is to kind of go through everything and redo all the fasteners. But also out here to kind of zone out. But I just kind of want this work area cleaned off enough to where it's not a total mess. I've got stuff everywhere. Cleared up. That goes back up there. I need to trim anyways later, so might as well do that. Alright. I'm just going to pull all this old line off. Bring y'all in. Alright. So we'll get some new line cut. Now the way this is supposed to work is, okay, so so let's say if you ran out. Okay, so right now the hole goes through across here, okay? Okay, so let's just set it back in. Let me grab some more lighting for y'all. I don't know if that helped any. Alright. Anyways, you get your hole across here. And then you're going to try to feed it. So basically, you're going to feed it across, okay? Which I got lucky. And then you're going to make sure you're evening them out. And then essentially, and the way to help that, you'll notice a red line right here. Y'all see that red line? Okay, you got the red line on there. And then there is a direction, get that light again, it says to wind this way, okay? So you're gonna push down, wind, and what it's gonna do is gonna load that line in for you. You'll have to kind of uncross them every once in a while. And you can see it's feeding in. And not essentially feeding it, it's winding it up. Just kind of push down so that way it can turn. So it should essentially look like this. Alright. Now the thing I'm going to test out later is to see if when I bump it, will it feed out. It's supposed to feed out. I did this the other week and it wouldn't feed out. The only time it would actually feed out is if I actually bumped it down and manually pulled the line out. So I don't know if maybe it was just crossed inside there. But obviously I was doing a few yards for some clients and it was just, yeah, it didn't go as planned or as I thought it would. Now this is the first time I actually refilled this unit. The line that comes with it, the Milwaukee line, it lasts a while. It's pretty strong. It finally ran out. I had this one I actually bought from my Bauer trimmer. This is .095. So I need to double check to see what the line that came with it was from Milwaukee. But yeah, I mean, the Milwaukee one lasts really good. It cuts really good too. So the Husqvarna one cuts pretty well. It just that was the only thing, that issue I had ran into was the self-feeding part. So we'll try it again here today and see if it does any issues. Alright guys, so that's it. Get everything kind of reorganized back up. I appreciate y'all watching along with me. I know it's probably nothing special going on, but again, that's just it's a Saturday morning for me. I have nothing going on. All I plan to do this weekend is make time for the family and catch a breather. That's all I want to do, is catch a breather, reset my mind. And sometimes when you have these weekends where you get to do that, especially when it's been chaotic. The holiday season has approached, and I say holidays because, you know, there's 3 holidays from Halloween through Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. It's been chaotic for me. There's days that I've just wanted to self-implode and be like, everything stop. But, you know, I get a breather day. Got to take my family out to dinner yesterday. We went and did some Christmas decoration shopping. So we're gonna do that this weekend. That's what I enjoy the most. I mean, as a kid, I've always loved Christmas. So we're gonna do some decorating later, and then we've already kind of put the tree up as well last night, but we're gonna put some more stuff on there. The girls love it. But anyways, I've cleaned up. I'm gonna get rid of the boxes over here, you know, the parts boxes. I'm not gonna bore y'all with that, but you know, got to sit here and have some conversations with y'all. Hopefully get to hear your stuff as inputs as well too. So that's what we're gonna do. And that's it for me this morning. I'm gonna do a socket series here in a bit, so y'all stay tuned. Make sure y'all catch that. But anyways, I appreciate it. And then hopefully I get time. I'm gonna do the winter vehicle emergency kit as well too. I need to find time to do that. I got a bunch of junk in the back of my truck that I need to clear out. So anyways, hope y'all have a good weekend. I appreciate y'all watching as always. Y'all stay safe, y'all stay blessed, keep wrenching.